Hello, welcome back to Chat About It. Don't chat about it with me, Rachel, aka the Queen of the Woke, as crowned by one of my haters. So, Doctor Who is coming back very soon, and I was on the Sense Sphere the other day theorizing about some of the potential things that may happen in the new series. By the way, go and subscribe to the Sense Sphere, really good channel. I'll link it below. One of my theories was about the devil's chord. Now, it wasn't a really big theory. When I was watching the trailer the other day, I was trying to remember my music theory and what I'd learned in music. And I I ended up recalling, even though I didn't say it in the video, I ended up recalling afterwards when I was speaking to Brendan for the Sense Sphere, um, that the devil's chord was known as a tritone or triad, um, diabolus in musica, and essentially it translates to the devil in music. And in the Middle Ages, it was believed that the devil's chord was used to summon the devil. So I had this theory that perhaps Jinx Monsoon's character would be a variation, perhaps, of the Killer Queen from We Will Rock You. If you've not seen We Will Rock You, in my opinion, you're not missing much. I didn't like it, but I know people absolutely love it. But the Killer Queen, essentially, her role in the musical is from my memory, because it was years ago when I saw it. Uh, she was banning rock and roll, and the only way that you could get rock and roll back was by performing rock and roll. So I had this theory that perhaps Jinx's character was going to perhaps uh, get rid of all music in some way, shape, or form. It's a Beatles episode, so they could potentially um, get rid of all Beatles music or something like that, around that, like, when we see Jinx, they are at a piano and, they say, "You cold." And I thought perhaps that maybe one of the Beatles or someone or another character played the devil's chord on the piano and summons Jinx's character, who is a minion to this higher power. Now we're theorizing on the sense sphere that it's SUTEKH, so it would actually fit in perhaps with SUTEKH. It's it's logical enough, given what SUTEKH can do, and so I thought maybe Jinx's character can either control music or takes it away in some form, or takes it away to use it as a weapon against a character, perhaps, um, as we see Ruby Sundays being, wrapped up in the stave and things like that. So that's essentially what I came up with the Devil's Chord. And then that was a few days ago, and then this was sent to me today by one of my uh, as followers on X. Sorry, I couldn't get that out. The Thin King, who keeps me updated, thankfully, with Doctor Who news, because obviously I cover a lot of other things on this channel, so I can't always um, keep up to date as I would like to. But thanks to the Thin King, I actually get to see a fair bit more than what I'm able to do sometimes. So Doctor Who's Beatle episode sprang from an age-old problem with trying to do a Beatles episode. Over the years, the Doctor has met all kinds of legendary cultural and societal figureheads across his TARDIS travels: Vincent van Gogh, Charles Dickens, Rosa Parks, William Shakespeare, and Agatha Christie, to name but a few. I love the Agatha Christie episode. But he's never met the Fab Four until now. The new series of Doctor Who, the first full series to feature Ncuti's take on the iconic Time Lord, with showrunner RTD returning to the Gallifrey, will feature an episode titled The Devil's Chord, in which the Doctor and Ruby Sunday rock out with the Beatles in Abbey Road, and it's an idea that's been coming for a long time. As Davies tells Empire in a major new joint interview with Gatward to celebrate the show's latest regeneration, the notion of doing a Beatles episode has always hit a certain stumbling block. But that in itself became a source of inspiration. I knew instantly you can never play a Beatles song on screen because the copyright is too expensive. That's fair. That's totally fair. So I'm thinking, how could you do a Beatles episode without Beatles music? And that became the entire plot. Hey. That's where the idea came from: copyright law. It also came from a conversation that proved to Davis that the legacy of the Beatles still has meaning for younger generations. Yeah, my favorite song is Norwegian Wood. There's a young director called Sam Arbour who I've been kind of mentoring for a while, and when I told him I was going to go back to Doctor Who, he was just 21 and said, "Oh my god, if I had a TARDIS, I'd go back and watch the Beatles recording their first album," said said Davis. And I thought, for a 21-year-old to say that must mean there's something to that idea. While some of Doctor Who's greatest episodes involve the Doctor heading back to the past, Gatwood's favourite part of David's writing is how firmly based the showrunner is in the here and now. I would say Russell's very good humanity and duality of it, Gatwood says. He captures the complexity and simplicity of the human condition and the light and the dark of it. He puts the normal on the page and shows how it's really special. He's rooted in the present. He's like, don't be busy looking up there to the clouds. You're going to miss it, all this special beauty in the flowers that are there in front of you. Still, you would go and see the Beatles recording in Abbey Road, wouldn't you? So it stems from copyright, this whole entire inspiration for the Beatles episode. Now, I think the way that they are going to defeat Jinx's character is by doing a sing-off. That battle that RTD is saying, I think it will be a sing-off. And we know that Jinx can sing, so it's potentially a sing-off between the Doctor and Jinx's character. So what do you think of that? Please let me know what you think of what I just said. Is it plausible? Could that potentially happen? What do you think? Chat about it, don't shout about it. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to the Sense Sphere. And thank you very much. And I will see you very soon. Bye.